Master, we're ready.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Let's continue with Master YongHua's teachings. He's talking about a new eminent Sangha. Go ahead.
名字呢，叫康法朗，是广东中山。他从有生以来，就欢喜研究佛法。
His name was Kang Fa Lang. He was from Zhongshan, Guangdong. Ever since he was born, he enjoyed investigating the Buddha Dharma.
很小的时候就出家了，出家呢，他就研究大乘经典，读诵大乘经典。
He left the home life at a very young age. After he left the home life, he investigated Mahayana Sutras and recited Mahayana Sutras.
他能以把这个楞严经、法华经和这个华严经，可能背出来，不要照这个经本他都能念。
He could recite Shurangama Sutra, Lotus Sutra, and Avatamsaka Sutra from memory. No need to reference the sutra book for recitation.
因为他也非常聪明，读诵经典，所以特别快。所以他诵经有的。
Because he was very smart, he recited sutras extremely quickly. When he was reciting sutras,
有的时候诵到这个鹿野园啦、菩提树啦，他就合起这个经本看。他说
sometimes when he read about the deer garden, the Bodhi tree, he will close the sutra book and sigh. He said,
我这个业障很重，没有生在佛出世的时候，所以也不能见到佛了。
my karmic obstruction is very heavy. I wasn't born during the Buddha's time, so I can't meet the Buddha.
但是佛所有的这个圣迹，我应该看一看。佛当时怎么样的修行在学上。
But all the Buddha's sacred vestiges, I should visit those places. At that time, how did the Buddha cultivate in a snow mountain?
人要在菩提树下阅读明心而无道。
How did the Buddha observe the bright stars at night under the Bodhi tree and realize the way?
是成佛了之后，又怎么样去度无比丘？这些个事情我都应该看。
After he attained Buddhahood, how did he cross over the 5 bhikkhus? And all those history, I should see them.
他有这么一个愿力，于是乎啊，就找同伴，然后看谁有这种愿力，和他一起去。
He had such willpower. Thus, he looked for companions. He looked for others who had the same willpower to go with him. 找了很久的时间，就找到了4个。 连他5个人，就从中国呀，也到向这个印度去走。 He looked for a very long time and found 4 people, including himself. It was 5 people. From China, they walked towards India.
走呢，经过这个流沙。 流沙，就是完全是沙子，也没有水，也没有树木。
They walked and passed through quicksand. Quicksand is a place full of sand. There was no water and no plant.
走这个地方啊，要经过800公里这样的地方。
They walked past such a place for over 800 miles.
所以经过了3天，也没有人，也没有畜生。 连个草木都没有。
So after 3 days, there was no human, no animal, and not even a single plant.
傻，走来走走啊，看见有一个地方，这个草啊有草了，也有树木了，就是经过3天。
They walked and walked and got to a place had grass and trees. That was after 3 days.
这个草长得都比人都高，那树木啊也都很古老。这有2间破庙。
The grass grew taller than a person. The trees were very old, and there were 2 what?
Derelict.
Derelict temples.
破庙里边就有2个穷和尚，有2个穷比丘。不但穷，而且还有一个比丘有病。
Inside the derelict temples, there were 2 poor monks. Those 2 poor bhikkhus, not only were they poor, one of the bhikkhus was sick.
那个老的呢没有病， 也不理这个年纪轻的有病的这个比丘。
The elder one was not sick, but wasn't taking care of the younger and sick bhikshu.
有一个比丘啊，在那个房子里住的，身上有很多的疮，这疮啊，就是流脓淌水，淌这个水呀，就臭不可闻。
This bhikshu, living inside this room, there were lots of boils on his body. The pus ran out of those boils, and the pus give off an unbearable stink.
在这个能血里边又生很多的虫啊！一看见这个样子，那是特别的邋遢，一看见就要做。
Inside the bloody pus grew many worms. As soon as anybody saw this was extremely nasty. Once anybody saw this, he would feel like vomiting.
这个时候，这个康法了，就和他这个同参呢，就讲说。佛法呀，是一个，咱们佛教啊，是一家。
At that moment, Kang Fa-lang told his co-cultivators, he said, the Buddha Dharma is that within Buddhism. We are one family.
这一位比丘病得这个样子，这一位老比丘也不管他，也不照顾他。
This bhikshu is so sick, but the old bhikshu didn't care for him, didn't look after him.
俺们发心呢，就是照顾这个比丘，这个病比丘。
We should bring forth the mind here to take care of this bhikshu, the sick bhikshu.
于是乎，就在这个地方，给这个病比丘烧一点热水，冲一点茶给他喝。
So in that place, they boiled some hot water for the sick bhikshu and made some tea for him to drink.
又给他把这个身上这个疮啊、脓啊，这个臭的地方又给他用水洗干净，把他这个衣服也都给他洗干净。
Also, the boils and pus and smelly places on his bodies, they use water to clean those places, and they also clean his clothes.
就这么诚心诚意的来伺候这个病人。伺候过了7天以后，到8天上，这个病比丘的病好了，
They served the sick bhikshu with sincere heart and mind. They served him for 7 days, and on the 8th day, the sick bhikshu recovered.
好了，这个房里边呢，就有一种香味，就有一种花，就有香，味道就不是那么臭。
After he recovered, inside the room, there was a fragrance. There was a floral scent, and it wasn't as stinky anymore.
我们这个丁比丘啊，就告诉他们5个人，就是那一个房子里边那个老比丘是我的师傅。
The sick bhikshu told the 5 of them. He said, "The old bhikshu in the house is my master."
他已经呢正果的圣人，你们应该去向他请问呢佛法。
He is a sage who has attained fruition. You should request the Buddha Dharma from him.
那么这个时候，他们才知道这个定比丘原来是个假的，不是真的，就是来试验他们的这种的心。
At that time, they finally realized the sick bhikshu wasn't really sick. It was fake sickness. It was to test their mind of sincerity.
于是乎就过去见那个老比丘，这个老比丘就问他们说你们是想干什么？
So they went to see this old bhikshu. This old bhikshu asked them, "What do you want?"
他说我们想到印度啊去求佛法，所以到这儿来经过这地方。
He said, "We wish to go to India to seek the Buddha Dharma. That's why we are passing by here."
这个老比丘说你修行不必一定到哪儿就去求佛法。
The old bhikshu said, "To cultivate, you don't necessarily must go to a particular place to seek the Buddha Dharma.
你自己认真修行，用功，你就会
If you yourself cultivate conscientiously, if you apply effort, you will attain the way.
成道。你自己要不用功，你走到天边去，走到什么地方也不行的，也不能成道的。
If you yourself don't apply effort, even if you walk beyond the horizon, wherever you walk to, you won't succeed. You can't attain the way.
要是你听我的话，就在这地方住下来咱们一起用功好了。
If you listen to me, just settle down here. We can't apply effort together. I think it's we can't apply effort together.
比丘一听，也是相信这一位的圣人的劝导，就在这住下这个。
Once the 5 bhikkhus heard that, they believed in the sage's persuasion and guidance and settled down here.
康法朗呢，他以后又去到其他的国家去，游历访寻呢，很多善知识。
After they settled down, Dharma Master Kang Fa-lang continued to travel to other countries to visit and search for good knowing advisors.
所以我们修道的人呢，遇到一切的境界，你呀应该忍耐。
So us cultivators of the way, when encounter any state, we should endure it.
这位康法朗禅师，他遇到这个定比丘，如果他不发心呢，来服侍这个定比丘。
When Chan Master Kang Fa-lang met the sick bhikshu, if he didn't bring forth the mind to serve the sick bhikshu,
这个正果的圣人，当面他也不认识，错误。那个生法朗以后啊。
then he wouldn't get to know the sage who attained fruition and would have let this opportunity slip right in front of him.
也就正果之后，
Later on, Kang Fa-lang also attained fruition. After he attained fruition,
没有人知道啊，他什么地方去？是在什么地方圆寂呢？没有圆寂呢？还有个徒弟，
nobody knew where he went or where he passed away, or if he passed away.
他这个徒弟啊，居家姓吕，法名啊叫令韶，也是啊非常聪明。
He had a disciple. His disciple's secular surname was Lü, Dharma name Ling Shao. He was also very smart.
Okay, let's stop here. Let's go back to Master Kang Fa-lang and see what we can learn from this story here. Oh, we went through a lot. It's a lot of work for you.
We started at 168.
168 to over 200. That's over 31. Okay. So this is Master Kang Fa-lang, and he was Chinese. When was he born? Do you remember? Jin dynasty. So what year is that? Anyone knows? Okay, so it's more recent. So left the home life at a very young age. And after that, he specialized in reciting and investigating Mahayana sutras. So this tells us that this is So this was a monk. He was a monk before, because they have, once you become a monk and you do it quite often, you enjoy the flavor of the life as a love-form person. So this is kind of bliss, this kind of joy here. You will look for it. You really like it. And so that's why at a very young age he wasn't interested in anything but to become a monk. Okay, and in particular, furthermore, he became a monk, but he also specialized in Mahayana practices, Mahayana sutras. This also tells you that he also studied, was a Mahayana monk for many, many lifetimes. Most likely, he was a Mahayana monk before this lifetime. Okay? And not any Mahayana sutra, but he also specialized in Shrangama Sutra, Lotus Sutra, Avatamsaka Sutra, which he all could recite from memory. So excellent memory. So he's able to, he probably investigating these three sutras quite often, many, many lifetimes. And there's a particular Dharma door where you actually memorize the sutras and recite from memory. That's a form of practice in Mahayana. Okay? Master YongHua used to allow his disciples to do that. He allowed his disciples to memorize the Shrangama Sutra. There's a particular monk, Heng Qi, at the time was he was the abbot of the city 10,000 Buddhas as early on, and he was there as an abbot for a while, and then Master YongHua allowed him to go into seclusion, and that guy specialized in memorizing the Shrangama Sutra. He's a Caucasian guy. He later returned to lay life. Yeah. So, but he could memorize, so he would memorize. Even though he's Caucasian, he was memorizing the sutra, Chinese character by Chinese characters. So he would do it every single day. That's how I believe it attained the fruition. Because at the end of his retreat, his two eyes are like shining lights. The eyes became shiny, and Master YongHua, actually, I'm told, he bowed to him. After he came out of his seclusion, Master YongHua looked at him and bowed to him. Why? Not for himself. To teach his disciples, when you see a sage, you're supposed to bow to them. Anyway, so he spent a year or however long, he would memorize the Shrangama Sutra. Okay? So you see there are such Dharma doors. And this Kang Fa Lang, he memorized 3 sutras. So his memory is most excellent. Okay? Special monk, you can tell. If you can memorize these sutras, you know ordinary person. Towards the end, Master YongHua, when he was near his death, he was living in West Covina in Los Angeles area, and he was allowing one lay woman to go into seclusion near his house, his townhouse, to memorize the Avatamsaka Sutra. Yeah. It's so cool. Okay? Anyway, so he has excellent memory, very intelligent. He could recite the sutras very quickly. It means that he has samadhi power. It's very good. Once you memorize the sutras, and naturally you will recite them very quickly. And as he was reading sutras, he read about the deer park, in the deer park, the Bodhi tree. So the stories on how the Buddha cultivated, and he closed the book and sighs as, it's really, really bad in my case. My karmic obstruction is too heavy. I have this karmic obstructions so that I couldn't be born during the Buddha's time, so that I couldn't meet with the Buddha. However, the Buddha left behind many sacred vestiges. So I feel I should visit those holy places. Okay, so he found and the Buddha went to Snow Mountain, cultivated under the Bodhi tree, saw the night light, night star, northern star, and he became enlightened, became a Buddha, and now he crossed over the first 5 bhikshus. This is incredible stories. I like to go visit those sacred grounds, these sacred places in India. And so he found people of the same resolve. Yuan Li is the same aspiration, not willpower. And they look for the kinds of people who have such same resolves to go with him. Okay, so look for companions to go with him. Why do you need to look for companions? I don't get it. Is it safety reasons, or what? Okay. You too.
Good evening, Master. We have a question from last night's lecture from Cordelia. She would like to know if it's better to have no thoughts or only thoughts of compassion.
Okay, which is better, no thoughts or thoughts of compassion? I don't know. What do you think? Brady, what do you think? You are very opinionated. You have your own preferences, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's very difficult to judge between two of the most positive outcomes one could hope for in Buddhism.
What did I tell you? He has his own opinion. Okay? But if you must have to choose, you must choose. What would you choose?
I think no thoughts.
No thoughts. So you prefer to have no thoughts than any compassion whatsoever. Okay? Yeah. Anyone else have any opinion about this? Okay, let's see. Let's find someone in Go Forest. How about that young lady who sits in front there? I cannot see her face very well. The first row lady, what do you want? No thought? Or your person would be to have a thought of compassion? Oh, he doesn't even know it's her.
Không dám nghe. Dạ, A Di Đà Phật. Con xin lỗi thầy, con không được nghe. Giờ con xin trả lời. Con lặp lại câu hỏi của thầy để xem đúng hay không ạ. Là giữa hai thứ, một là không suy nghĩ và hai là từ bi, thì nên chọn cái nào? Dạ, có phải đó là câu hỏi hay không ạ?
Yes.
Dạ, thưa thầy, theo con nghĩ cái không suy nghĩ đó thì nó cũng sinh ra từ bi. Chứ nếu mình chọn cái từ bi á, thì nó chỉ là một khía cạnh nhỏ của cái vô niệm mà thôi. A Di Đà Phật.
Anyone else? Yes, 8. Eight. Yeah, power it up. Very good.
I think you don't need thoughts to have compassion.
Okay, so what's your preference?
No thought and have compassion.
You have thoughts and have compassion. You want
No
both?
thought. No. I think you don't need thoughts to have compassion.
Okay, so what's your preference?
No thoughts and have compassion. Yeah, both.
Okay, very good. Comment from JC.
Hello. Master, today I had some conversation with Rushu. She tend to feel afflicted when she feels the need of protecting people who seem to be hurt. So it seems like when we are not able to silence our mind and try to be compassionate to immaturely, then it's difficult to become compassionate because it can create more confusion.
Could you repeat that, please?
Before we are able to achieve no thought, when we try to be compassionate, it could create more confusion because after I talk with Rosu, she thought that all these thoughts that she tried to be nice to people, sometimes it makes her to be more confused, like helping out someone when this person looks like she's gonna feel hurt or something like that.
So the point being, go to the conclusion.
So I feel
Answer my question.
need to know how to have no thought, then you can develop compassion. That's my opinion.
Is it her opinion or your opinion?
My opinion.
Would you mind asking her what's her preference, no thought or compassion? You see, in American language, you have to be very precise. You spell it out. You don't tell me to form my own conclusion. What Rushu just said, is when you have a thought of compassion, then it could be confusing, making it difficult to have no thoughts. Okay, fine. But what is your preference is the question. You understand? In America, in nowadays, we're very, very focused. The way that the English-speaking people communicate is very clear. You Asians stop short of you're not clear enough in your communications, okay? And that leads to misinterpretations and misunderstandings. So,
네, 마스터, 저는 사람들한테 친절해야 한다고 생각했는데 그러다 보니까 너무 혼란스럽고 괴로움이 커져서 스스로가 어떻게 헤쳐나가야 되는지 잘 방법을 못 찾고 있었는데 좀 더 사람과의 관계에서 편안해지고 싶고 솔직해지고 싶고 그게 무념으로 온다면은 무념을 먼저 노력해야 된다고 생각합니다.
Master, at first I thought that I must be kind to others. So when I try to do that, I realized that there's an increase of suffering and confusion. So I didn't know what to do. But I want to be with people and be honest and want to be comfortable with other people. If that could be achieved by no thought, my choice is no thought.
okay, so she chooses no thought. Very good. All right. Anyone else? Yes? Is there YouTube has a question on the same topic or a different topic?
Same topic.
Okay, go ahead then.
From Diego Alfonso.
Yes.
He believes that we should have no thoughts right now as we are confused and don't know what compassion really is. But when we get enlightened, we can understand compassion and start cultivating it.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Yes, 7.
Master, I think it depends, because I don't think compassion is a thought. It naturally arises when you saw someone suffering or asking for help. So I don't think you need to think to be compassionate. But if you never feel compassion, maybe there's not enough seeds in your mind. So maybe the better way is to plant the seed. That is to say, you think to have the compassion when you saw someone needs help or suffering.
Okay. YouTube still same topic or different topic?
We hear from Jack Wu,
Yes.
who states his preference is for no thought. This is the path to nirvana. Preference for compassion is Mahayana. When I'm tired or sad, I choose no thought. When I think about my family, my loved ones, I prefer compassion. And Apple states, compassion first, then you will get blessing to cultivate and to be no thoughts.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Yes, 3.
Means only when we are in samadhi.
Come again?
No thoughts means only when we are in samadhi.
Yes. And what about compassion? So what is your preference?
No thoughts.
No thoughts?
Yes.
Okay, very good. How about Master Old Monk, the abbot here? What is your preference?
Như là Phật, con nghĩ là Đức Phật cũng phải có từ bi, chứ là phải Đức Phật vô niệm rồi Đức Phật không có từ bi. Cái từ bi rất là cần thiết để mà độ chúng sanh, chứ mình vô niệm rồi mình như cục đá rồi mình làm gì?
So what is your preference? No thought or compassion? It's a typical Asian. They talk and say, so what's the answer again?
Giờ con chưa tới vô niệm thì con không biết, nhưng mà con nghĩ là phải từ bi.
Again, he doesn't say directly. He feels that there should be compassion. Okay, very good. Thank you. 5.
자비심을 일으키는 데는 생각이 있을 수가 없다고 생각합니다. 그게 바로 무념이라고 생각합니다. 저는 둘 다 좋아합니다.
Having compassion, I don't think there is any thought for that. So I like both compassion and no thought.
Okay, go forth. The way you choose confirms to me where you are. That's why I asked. So you can feel free to speak up if you wish. Go forth, please.
Wait. 3, 6, maybe 6. 6.
Hello, Master. This works. I don't think there has to be a better way. Just whatever naturally comes. If it naturally you naturally have sort of compassion in front of some situation, that's fine. If where you are, you have no thoughts, I think that's fine too. There's this. I don't know. I'm curious why Cordelia has this question. What is the reason that she wants to know which way is better? To me, I feel whatever comes, it's okay. Whatever thoughts come, it's okay, or no thoughts.
Make it more difficult. And now he extends to choice number 4. Okay. Sangwoksunim, may we bother you distract you from your important work for you to express your opinion.
I prefer no thought.
You go for no thoughts. What about compassion? Don't nuns have compassion?
If I have no thought, then I can get more compassion.
Oh, so anyone else who'd like to express their opinion? Okay, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I think no thought is include like no discrimination mind. So no thought is bigger than a thought with compassion. So I prefer the no thought.
Bigger than the compassion is no thought. Very good. Okay. Koreans have such differing opinions. It's so interesting. I thought you guys are all homogeneous. One person says something, everyone should agree to it. No, it's not the case. Hang on. JC, please. Let's give the Koreans a chance to distinguish themselves.
네, 입선 주하연님 의견입니다. 무념은 자비심을 행동하게 합니다. 자비심이 강해도 생각이 너무 많으면 도와줘야 하나, 내가 잘할 수 있을까 이런 잡념이 많이 드는데 무념 상태에서 자비심은 자신을 행동할 수 있게 도와줍니다. 이상입니다.
I believe that no thoughts eventually brings compassion. Compassion, when you start to think about compassion first, you might end up with a lot of thoughts, and that will be just too much to handle. When you have no thoughts, naturally you will start to act in a certain way with the compassion.
Who said this?
입선 주하현입니다.
Ibsen. Oh. Okay. I thought it was Jae-hyung. Anyway, yes, two here at DTT.
So I'm probably going to say the wrong thing, but I feel that compassion is more important because when you are in a state of no thought, that means you're not bothered by afflictions. So if you hear your son crying, you just ignore him. In that case, it kind of seems cruel. So I would prefer compassion because helping others is more important. And I can always return to no thoughts or focusing on that later when time permits me.
Okay. You too.
We have a comment from Wei Apple. To me, I don't think it's a choice, Master. We need to be kinder. But if you have no wisdom to have compassion and suffer, then no thought would be better.
Now, let me ask Wei Apple. She keeps on changing her names. It's so confusing. Yeah, it's anyway. Wei Apple. Why do you do this to yourself? I keep on abusing you. But tonight I'll be gentle. Okay, very good. Thank you for your input. YouTube question. Same topic?
Same topic, Master. Snow Wu says, I think compassion is the action, not the thought. So one can have both.
One can have both. Okay, very good. Anyone else? Let me see. Let me see, who else do I pick on tonight? Jung-in Sunim, are you awake?
Yes, Master.
I want an answer, not just yes, Master.
I choose great compassion.
Great compassion?
Yes,
Why?
Master. Great compassion have no thought too.
No one?
대비심을 선택한 이유는 대비심에는 남을 생각하는 마음이 있기 때문에 그때 나라는 생각이 없다고 생각합니다.
Master, I like to choose great compassion. The reason is because you're thinking about others. There's no self within that great compassion.
Okay, very good. Wei Mountain.
Master, I actually have this problem at work where I'm trying to help this particular Ukrainian guys who came to the United States. So we helping him, and then on Christmas Eve, after Christmas, I went to the office. I received an email telling me that he sent an email saying that he went back to Ukrainian because he felt that people who he lived with cheat on him. And so he went back to the war zone, and I felt for him. So I tried everything good possible. I contact my supervisor, asking if we can do anything to help the man. Later on, I found out that actually he came to the United States. He just took the money from people and went back to his country and finding another place to actually can host him and just keep accruing money. So in that way, which one is the best way? I cannot compromise. I'm doing it on my feeling is that I feel for the man who is in the war zone on Christmas Day, having to go back to Ukraine and suffer again. And I feel very bad. And I try my best to help, but ended up feeling like I'm being conned by it.
Okay, so what is your conclusion? You prefer?
I prefer to have wisdom and compassion, not just compassion alone, where we don't have the direction.
Oh God, the more people talk, the more it gets complicated. Okay. Anyone else would like to express their opinion? Last chance. Don't tell me I didn't ask. Because you say, how come Master never asked me? I'm asking everyone now. Last chance. Way Mountain.
Master, I choose no thoughts because that's on the path to enlightenment, supposedly. So as long as you have compassion, then you're suffering. You're yourself. You're still suffering instead of ending it.
Yeah, go continue. Yes, Way Mountain. Yeah, Brady. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from the internet. Daniel Wisniewski states, Emitofuo Master, I think having no thought is more difficult than having compassion. As Buddha, compassion should be already of nature. So, excuse me. So I'd prefer no thought.
Go no thought, okay. Very good. Anyone else? Speak up or forever hold your peace. JMT.
Master, I prefer compassion.
He prefers compassion. All right. How about JC?
Hello, Master. I thought that you need to be able to have no thought first, because if you strike a thought before people ask for help, then you tend to have thoughts for yourself. So when you first have no thought and people ask for help, then you need to decide to, you need to make decisions what to do afterward. Then that is better and have a better compassion.
Okay, very good. Is that it from JC? Anything else? Anyone else from JC? We all done, huh? Okay. No more? No more? Okay. Very good. You're all right. You all are so special. Mwah! Okay. You all score points tonight. All right. JC.
김혜순 선생님 답변입니다. 무념만 있고 자비심이 없으면 안고 없는 찐빵입니다. 저는 자비심을 택하겠습니다.
Master, were you able to hear me? Can I repeat? Should I repeat again?
No, I couldn't hear you. Please repeat.
This is from Hasun teacher. She says she will choose compassion. The reason is, if some
You dropped off.
So, should I start from the beginning again?
Please.
Hanson teacher said she will choose compassion. The reason is, if someone has no thought, achieved the no thought, but the person doesn't have compassion, that means it's like a bread without the red bean inside.
Oh, what a horrible thought. Bread without red bean. I got your point. You don't need. Okay. I'm convinced. Okay, I understand clearly. Yes, you too.
Master, I don't think we're done now with this subject yet. We've got a lot lit up here. Daniel Wisniewski states, but I feel no thought comes from Buddha nature, which comes from compassion. Thoi Mai Nguyen, I choose no thought, then we can make compassionate decisions and wisdom later. Okay. San Jose 2008 states no thought because we don't know what exactly compassion is.
Okay. Yes.
And a few more here, Master. San Francisco, Daniel. Master, I think planting seeds of compassion with no thought is best.
Okay.
Daniel Wisniewski states they are both much related. No thought and compassion, apparently.
So they have some sort of bulletin where they're discussing it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Leo states both seem really hard to obtain. I don't have preference. I'll take whatever I'm given.
That's choice number 20. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, very good. Yes, Master O. Abbott.
A Di Đà Phật. Theo con thấy trong kinh Pháp Hoa Đức Phật dạy đó là cái một pháp sư kinh Pháp Hoa đó, đại từ bi làm nhà, y nhu hòa nhẫn nhục, các pháp không làm tòa. Tức là Phật cả ba cái đó hết, nhưng mà mình từ bi mình làm cái gì, giúp đỡ ai cái gì đó mà không có dính mắc, không có chấp vào được hay không được, hay là phải như thế nào đó, là cái tâm không đó là vô niệm rồi. Không có dính mắc phải đau khổ hay là mà buồn bực cái gì trong cái việc mình làm đó. Có từ bi mà không dính mắc là đã là pháp không rồi, vô niệm rồi. Xin hết.
Master, I might miss a little bit of his point. I apologize first. Emitofuo, according to what I read from Dharma Flower Sutra, the Buddha taught us the Dharma master upholding, maintaining Dharma Flower Sutra, he should use compassion as his house, and he should wear the clothes of harmony and patience, and he used empty unin, no thought, as his Dharma seat. So whatever he do, he should not be attached, and that to me is no thought. That's it.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Last call. Okay. Very good. All your answers are so meaningful. I'm so impressed. How come you know so much at such a young age? Yes, Wei Mao.
Oh, Master, I'm not so young.
Oh, yeah, even old people too.
Old people too, right. Okay, I say no thought.
No thought. Okay, yeah. That works. Anyone else? Okay. JMT.
안녕하세요. 제가 너무 힘들고 괴로웠을 때 오로지 제게 자비만 남게 해달라고 발언을 했었습니다. 저는 자비를 택하겠습니다.
Master, I like to choose compassion. When I was really difficult and suffering a lot, I made a vow that I want to keep only compassion.
Okay, very good. That's what happened. That's a good commentary. The reason that in this our way of training, a style of training, most of you undergo a lot of difficulties and suffering, because if you don't quit, it will help develop compassion. Because once you experience the great pain that you're going through and you're able to recover from it, that's when your nature, the compassion nature, emerges naturally. That's our secret. Okay? So the more you endure suffering, the more suffering you endure. And the key is that you endure suffering and then you recover from your suffering. That's when your compassion nature grows a little bit in your heart. That's why. Okay? And also, if you endure suffering, and you are able to recover from it, you have fewer thoughts as well. So it's both. Because both are important. So far, so good. This is from the vision of the Mahayana teachers. They understand the importance of it. You need to understand the importance of cultivating both. You cannot choose one and really the other, because one complements the other. All right? So finally, what is the conclusion? Should Cordelia choose no thought or compassion? Because she asked. Okay? I ask you, what is your preference? Well, what should we tell Cordelia? That's another question, but I don't have time to go through it, okay? Don't answer this. Okay, I answer for all of us. How is that? We need to move on, okay? The answer is, for you in particular, since you don't plan to quit anytime soon, okay, your path will naturally would be more, there will be more emphasis in your particular personal training to reach no thought while nurturing your compassionate nature as well. But for her particular case, it's more skewed towards no thoughts. Okay? What happened is that the Hinayana training, they skew towards no thought totally. Compassion doesn't matter to them. Because once you get to no thought, there is a certain level of compassion. But what we want is more than that. We want you to have great compassion, not just compassion. That's what Cordelia wants. She wants great compassion. And great compassion starts right now. You cannot wait. Okay? So there is a dual thing where you need to plant both the seeds of no thoughts and great compassion. But depending who you are, for her in particular, she needs to put more emphasis on no thought than the compassion. Okay? Because if you don't, by the time you reach no thought, you will make it very difficult for you to develop great compassion. This is what happened to the Hinayana people. Okay, I met many good arhats. They have great aspirations, but they really struggle because they're not prepared properly to develop great compassion. And it takes a good no advisor who looks at you and have an approach tailored to you individually. Okay? And I'm saying this for both audiences, the audience where you're receiving the instructions, and the audiences that the Sanghans who eventually down the road will have to learn how to train people. Okay? So that's what you need to learn as well. This lifetime or future lifetimes. All right? So is it clear? Does anyone have any questions? In our temple, in our group, in our American Mahayana, we put emphasis on both. But depending on who you are, we custom tailor towards you. Okay? Now, and as you improve, we keep on changing and changing and changing it. All right? So it's not always the clear cut to you where I will always have to choose no thought and no compassion, or compassion only and no thought. It's a mix that bottom line is that you need to understand the importance of both, okay? And number two, trust the instructions, because the instruction will help you develop both. Okay? Yes, you too.
Well, I think this is the last comment on this subject. Zihong Kao seems to summarize in his comment what you just finished saying, Master. Quickly, I'll go over it.
Yes.
If we can achieve no thought at will, does that mean we have killed our ego? If so, my choice is no thought first, then compassion. Master also wants us to improve samadhi first.
Very good. Oh, this lady here is wow, I like it. I like all of your answers. Thank you, Brady. Good discussion. I want you to understand this, okay? Typically, and people make the mistake of pitting people towards each other, who says, who do you side with, and so forth. You see how we avoid it here. We avoid it here by asking you for your opinion only. I'm not asking you to criticize other people. Criticizing other people, discussing other people, meaning there's a debate going on. That's nonsense, okay? I don't need a debate because you are kind of stupid, you know? So why waste time on debating? Okay? As soon as you open your mouth, you're stupid already. And then you debate other, whatever you say is still more stupid. Okay, so it's no point. I just want you to express your opinion, learn to express your opinion, that's all. Okay? So far, so good? All right. Shall we continue? Is that clear? Okay, very good. I'm very proud of you. You all are picking up things, and I'm so proud of the fact that the teaching has sunk in for you, okay? And it's very encouraging for me to see how you express yourself, okay? Believe it or not, this Dharma you've been listening has sunk in for you. So that's what the Chinese, where during our ceremony, we do the incense sprays, and they said this incense here is xun, is permeates the air, permeates you. It's like smoking. The smoke from the incense, the shanada incense will permeate you. And so the smoke from burning, the incense burning will permeate through your body, catches onto your skin and permeate through and go inside. And that's the beauty of this thing here. Okay, as you listen to the Dharma, I'm so proud of you because it's permeating you. When I listen to you, I say, wow, you do understand the principles behind it. Excellent at your level. I'm very proud of you. Oh, never mind. Let's not overdo it, okay? Okay, make sense? I'm telling you, it's fascinating because that's what happened to me too with Master YongHua. I listen and listen. You don't have, I didn't have the luxury that you have nowadays. You have to ask questions. So all I had was listen to a lot of his Chinese stuff and some English. Okay, and I didn't understand most of the Chinese stuff. I could understand about 20% maximum. But I still listen and listen and listen. And the magical part of it is that it permeated whatever that thing is. In Chinese, it permeated. And then it became part of me as well. It's so cool. I don't know if you really believe it, but for me, that's what happened. So now we explain it to you in English and then translate it to different languages for you. So the permeation is even faster. So you have both. You have plus the something you don't understand. Even your translator will not understand. That's what happened to me. And then immediate effect is that you can understand the translation. So it's kind of cool. Okay? All right. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Hang in there. No matter how difficult it is. As long as you hang in there, it will permeate. It will happen naturally. All right? Just don't quit. No matter what happens. I yell at you, I beat you up, and whatever happens, just don't quit. Okay? though the magic will happen. Okay, back to 178. He looked for a long time, and so he found some people to go with him. And my point here is that Master Xu Yun, when he wanted to go for a pilgrimage from his place to Wutaishan in China, he did it by himself. He nearly died repeatedly. Okay? Yeah. But this guy here, he found 4 more people. So that shows that he's rather weak. If you practice the Dharma to success, to completion, you will find that you find yourself becoming more and more independent. That's the nature of wisdom. When you have wisdom, you depend less on others, and more people will depend on you. Okay? So this guy, you can tell of all the things, the impressive thing, he left a home life, he memorized all the big 3 sutras. I don't know for many people who can do that. I certainly can. But then right here, it's just a memory. But right here, when he needs to do something important in his life, he relied on others. So it's disappointing to me. Okay? They walked through quicksand, and that was 800 miles. You know how far 800 miles is? I drive from Los Angeles to San Jose. It's 300 and it's 500 and something miles. Is it 500 or 300? I don't remember. Someone look it up very quickly. It takes us about 5 hours. Okay, driving a little bit fast. Okay, for him to be in the area for 800 miles with quicksands, that's extremely dangerous, even with 5 people. No water, nothing. It's incredibly challenging for them, and impressively, they didn't quit. You see that? That's the thing that Master YongHua trains us in a Wei-Yang lineage. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how exhausted you are, no matter how desperate things seems to be, you just hang in there, okay, until your last breath. Yes? 2?
Master, it's 396 miles one way to Wei Mountain Temple, so round trip would be close to 800 miles.
So his round trip is 800 miles, okay. That's 1 day's worth of drive, but for them walking, it would take about years. Okay, they walked to another place that had grass and tall trees there, okay, and 2 derelict temples. And there were 2 bhikshus, very poor, very destitute. 1 bhikshu was very, very sick. Okay, and you see right there, I don't know about you, my first reaction is, strange environment. What do? You say, oh my God, is it demons? Or not? Normal people would not live in the middle of this nowhere things. No vegetation and nothing. What are they going to eat? So maybe it's demons eating human flesh, like babies. So fragrant. The flesh of babies. They're not paying attention. Okay, so immediately you say, wow, this strange environment. And all of a sudden have 2 people. Okay, and then one of them is very, very sick. Not only sick, but disgustingly sick. Okay, So, what do you do when you go into that thing there? So what do you do is you have to decide, okay, this is for us, okay, as well. You decide, you have to decide, is it for real? Is it demons? Okay, it's just like the journey to the west of Xuan Zhang and the monkey there in that novel, okay? You have to be careful. When you go that far, you're bound to run into demons and ghosts and spirits. So what do you do when you run to these, when you meet these things? You go to the mountain, for example, you climb a mountain, you will run into them beings as well. You will run to demons, you run to spirits, you run into ghosts as well. Was climbing, was hiking, same thing. Okay? You definitely will run into them. So therefore, you have to be careful. Okay? We still people, then you have to learn to recite the Buddha's name. You do recite when you see this thing here, Emitofuo, Emitofuo, Emitofuo. Just recite. Okay? And when you're in danger, what do? Wanyi-pusa. Okay? Save me. All right? Emitofuo is see if you calm down or not. Because the demons usually, even when you recite Emitofuo, they're stronger than you, you're still fearful. Okay? But when these are the sages, then we say Emitofuo, you calm down very quickly. Okay? If they're demons, then they will not like your recitation, they will threaten you. That's when you should run. That's my rule of thumb. As soon as I see a demon, I run. Okay, thank you for all your support, but good luck. Everyone for himself. And that's spread out so that it's much harder for demons to catch us. Okay? At least I save myself so that I can send you to the Pure Land. How's that? Okay. So, and so this Kang Fa Lang here found someone who's very sick. It stings and smells, even has pusses and worms, eating away his flesh and thing. God, I mean, it's disgusting. So Kang Fa Lang is very interesting. The old bhikshu ignored the young bhikshu, the sick bhikshu, completely. And so Kang Fa Lang says, this is part of our bodhisattva precepts. When we see sick people, we bring forth the bodhi mind and help take care of them. Okay? That will nurture our mind of compassion. It's our precept. If you receive the bodhisattva precepts, when you see sick people, you're supposed to help them, heal them, help them recover. Okay? So this is why Kang Fa Lang will decided to take care of the young bhikshu. You see, he has Mahayana roots, so it's natural for him to feel like taking care of the young bhikshu. So they went through a lot of hassle. After 7 days, they did a lot of things, clean his body, clean his clothes, and so forth, fed him with what we don't know. And on the 8th day, the sick bhikshu recovered, and then there's a floral scent, meaning that there's some offerings from the heavens, heavenly beings were impressed. They came down, offer flowers, offer incense. All right? So the fragrance. And the young bhikshu, then the old bhikshu ignored them completely. Young bhikshu says, the house I'm at, okay, is where the young bhikshu lived, and the other house is master, okay, master's house, so my master to express my gratitude to you. My master actually has attained fruition. You should ask for instructions from my master. Okay, so 问请问佛法. So the Chinese says that you should ask the Buddha Dharma. Actually, when you see these enlightened beings, you want to ask for personal instructions. Don't do it like ordinary people. Ordinary people want to know, what does the Buddha mean when he says in that sutra and so forth. There's a time for that. But when you see sages, the sages are sent to our world in order to, the great sages, they are sent here in order to instruct us on how to become enlightened. Okay? And that's what you see here in this particular monk. Okay? And they realize all that is just a test of their heart. Okay? And their heart of compassion. Okay? Not sincerity. It's a test of compassion. Do you have enough compassion? Okay? When you have enough compassion, the other monk then will say, you're worthy to be taught by me. Until you've proven yourself, you will not be taught. Is it clear? This is very important for you. It sounds like a very casual story, but this is what happens in the real world as well. You are put through these tests, hardships, and then the old bhikshu here, put them through a test, and a test of compassion. Okay, the rule is that there's those bodhisattva precepts. So these people are really Mahayana practitioners. So the old bhikshu says, "What do you want?" And so Kang Fa Lang said, "I wish to go to India and seek the Buddha Dharma." That's how we got by here. I thought he wanted to go to India to see all those things, not seek the Buddha Dharma. So he changed his story a little bit. And the old bhikshu says, let me see, 求佛法, seek Buddha Dharma, that's correct. And the old bhikshu says, he ignored that the question, that the point he's seeking the Buddha Dharma. He's only gave him instructions on how to cultivate. Okay, and the old bhikshu here has wisdom. That's why he said, got to the point very quickly. Didn't beat around the bush. Okay, that's very straightforward. Don't need to beat around the bush. Okay, he says, you're wrong. You're going to places to experience and look at those vestiges or relics and so forth of the Buddha is not necessary. Okay, that's not cultivation. So he basically scolded Kang Fa Lang. And you only have to work hard in your practice. Then you will attain the way. And this guy here clearly has wisdom. He looked at Kang Fa Lang. He says, "You're wasting time. If you are, instead of going and seeking those things that are external things. They're not going to help you. What you're missing is you need to be what? Need to do what? You see, this is how the Chinese give you instructions. And okay, so you Asians and you people, tell me, okay, quickly, because I'm running out of time. What is he telling you? Telling him? He's telling him that he must be more vigorous. He didn't come out and say the Kang Fa Lang. Because why not? The Kang Fa Lang is set in his mind already. He says, I'm going to go to India. This is a temporary stop for me. I have a mission. I'm going to India and look at those things. Because that's why he didn't bother telling Kang Fa Lang directly, because he knew the Kang Fa Lang would not listen. So he said, you should apply effort. You should cultivate to attain a way. Meaning he's indirectly telling him that seeking those things, what for? You should attain the way. That's what cultivation is about. Buddha Dharma is about for you to attain the way. And going there to these places is not going to help you. Okay? And that reminds me of my Dharma brother, when he also left the home life at the same time as I did. He has seniority over me, so he quit before I did as well. Very fast, he found out he was not getting what he wanted from my master's temple. After 2 years, he left. He said, "No, I'm not." People liked him. He knows he's Vietnamese, and he knew how to kiss up to the abbot and everyone who worked with him. Yeah. And but after a while, he realized that he was not getting what he wanted. He really had no respect for all those people, all the senior senior monks and everyone, because it's a small place. It's a very self-contained association. So we get to meet most of the monks, okay, ourselves. He wasn't impressed by any of them. So after 2 years, he said, "I'm out of here." So he left. Okay, I wanted to leave a year after, but didn't work out that way. So anyway, had to stay there for 4 years. Anyway, and then after that, he wandered around, looked for a teacher and so forth and so forth. And what's interesting to me is that he decided to practice in seclusion himself. And that's after spending years traveling to India, very much like Kang Fa Lang here. He was in India, he told me, it's such a magical place. Just bowing when you get there to these 4 sage places where the Buddha was born, when the Buddha became enlightened, Buddha spoke Dharma, and something, I don't know, there's 4 of them, okay? Yeah, I don't remember, and I'm not interested in going there. Never was, never will. Maybe I changed my mind. When I was practicing, people did offer me to pay, for my tickets and everything. I said, "No, I ain't going," because I don't want to like it too much. Okay. So anyway, so he says to go there to one of those 4 sage places where the Buddha he was born, he was spoke Dharma, he became enlightened, and what's the 4th one? Anyway, enter nirvana, between the sala trees. Okay, so he says, it's incredible. I go there and I go to these 4 sacred places and I bow to the Buddha. It felt so wonderful. It's nothing like it. What does it tell you? He's seeking good feelings. That's not Chan. You see how dangerous it is to practice without a good no advisor? He's still stuck right now. Then he came back after all years of doing that. He loved it. And came back, got into seclusion in a house, for over 10 years now, getting nowhere. Because doesn't realize subconsciously he's looking for those good feelings. So how damaging it is. You think it's something special, extraordinary, and he's stuck. Does not listen to anyone like Kang Fa Lang. Okay? Anyway, so the monk says, this old monk here clearly is enlightened. He says, you should be more vigorous. That will help you become enlightened. Meaning that he saw what Kang Fa Lang's problem was. But Kang Fa Lang wasn't listening. That's a problem. Not respectful enough. There's someone who gave him a reward because you showed your compassion. Therefore, you have potential. I decided to teach you. And this Kang Fa Lang here says, I'm not impressed by you. Okay? Okay, you have to apply efforts. If you listen to me, settle down here, we can apply efforts. Okay? He says, I can guide you. You can't be more direct than that. And so his companions believe in him and settle there. They probably attain fruitions at least. Okay, those are the other 4. But Kang Fa Lang continued to travel to other countries. Fang Xun, no, not searching a good no advisor. He was visiting a lot of known monks. Okay, well-known monks. And guess what? These known monks, I don't believe all these known monks would give him instructions to cultivate. Okay? So anyway, so Kang Fa Lang visited to visit. Okay, very good. So that's the point. So Kang Fa Lang has Mahayana roots. That's why he went looking for teachers. Okay, that's why I want to impress upon you, even though in the future when we part our ways, the seeds will be there. And he said, if I want to practice Mahayana, I will look for a good no advisor. Jie Hyung, did you hear? It's funny. She came tonight to JC. Did I pronounce her name properly? She's fasting, so she's not, oh, I'm suffering so much. I'm suffering too much. Poor baby. So anyway, so this Kang Fa Lang here, that's how you can tell that he has Mahayana roots. He's looking for good no advisor. This is the way to practice Mahayana. Okay? It's only one thing. Look for good no advisors. And then Master YongHua said, let me remind you, when you practice the way, you learn to endure. The way he explains it to me is a little bit not direct enough, because that's how the Chinese talk. Okay, I would put it slightly differently. I would say, if you cultivate the way, okay, then you must endure and not give up, especially the difficult states. Okay, the reason I said only difficult states is because of our style of practice. We make it difficult for you by default. It's not going to be easy. Okay? The instructions make it difficult for you. It's a lot more difficult than easy. So that's why to the Chinese, so I changed this, I altered this instruction to align with our style of training. American Weiyang training is we put you through a lot of difficult tests, so that instead of dwelling on talking to you about enjoying the bliss from your samadhi, from your practices, you will experience them, but they're few and far between. You experience more difficulties. Is that clear? That's how it is with us. I'm sorry. I wish I could be kinder or more compassionate, but I'm not. And Master YongHua commentary is that Kang Fa Lang, it's Fa Lang, met with the old bhikshu. He was compassionate enough. And the sage here attained the fruition. I don't think he's precise enough. The sage is enlightened. Enlightened monks, because of the nature, his instruction is to the point. This is what Kang Fa Lang's problem is. But Kang Fa Lang is too stupid to fool himself. Okay, and he missed that chance. Later, Kang Fa Lang also attained fruition. Of course, he would attain fruition. Because he's able to have such good memories. I think he attained fruition, possibly became enlightened as well, but low level at maximum. At best, he's probably low level enlightenment. But for sure, he'll be the Arhat's range. Okay? And it's only because of his prior blessings. He practiced many lifetimes Mahayana. That's why he had so much already built up Okay, and with or without good no advisor, by on his own, he will reach the same levels again. And the reason I said even if he's became enlightened, it's still low level because the wisdom is not quite there yet. Doesn't have any wisdom to the point where he wasted years of his life traveling for nonsense. He didn't get it, you see. You understand why I said nonsense? He spent years reciting sutras, yes? And he decided, wow, I better go visit things because he's probably bored. He's getting nowhere. Okay? Years reciting sutras. And then very quickly in his travel, he met this old bhikshu here. And in 7 days, he did something that created the blessings for him to receive instruction from an enlightened person who says, you know, son, this is your problem. And if you really in your mindset, you're looking for a good advisor, let me remind you, especially Vietnamese people, Chinese people, Korean people, look for a good advisor. Don't come and say, am I great? Am I special? You are already. In my mind, you are very special. But you don't need to ask yourself. You don't need to hear it again, okay? And let me decide to tell you, but don't ask for it. Okay? No. You should be looking for, to search for a good advisor means you look for someone who can tell you what to do. And that's exactly what this old monk was doing for him. And yet, that's my proof. That's why this guy, Kang Fa Lang, he listened to the instructions and no, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm determined to go to these sacred places. Okay, too bad. He missed out on the boat again. But he's fine. He has the blessings. He'll just get to the same level as he did before. Whoopee. All right. Any final comments? Thank you. We are going over time again.
Master Hong has an announcement to make.
Yes. Announcement, special announcement.
Master, thank you so much. Sorry for taking your time. I will speak in Vietnamese first and English later. Kính thưa cô chú, nhóm kênh YouTube Tiếng Việt chúng con xin hân hạnh thông báo Kinh Địa Tạng, Tâm Kinh và Kinh Kim Cang đã được đăng lên trên kênh Thầy Vĩnh Hóa, chỉ toàn nguyên văn tiếng Việt. Ngày trước ở Lư Sơn Tự, thầy thuyết pháp qua tiếng Anh và tự dịch qua tiếng Việt ngay lập tức. Vì thế, nhóm chúng con mới cắt tiếng Anh và chỉ để lại tiếng Việt để thuận tiện cho việc nghe pháp và trồng chủng tự đại thừa cho cô chú một cách nguyên chất. Cô chú sẽ được nghe lại những bài giảng và có sự góp mặt hội pháp của chư vị kỳ cụ ở Lư Sơn Tự như thầy Hiền Trì, cô Quả Ngân, cô Nhập Lạc và cô Thân Hương. Xin vào trang web youtube.com Master YongHua Vietnamese 748, nhấn vào playlist phần thứ 2 có tên nguyên văn thầy Vĩnh Hóa. Hello all. Back in the day, Master explained the lecture in 2 languages, English and Vietnamese simultaneously. We edited the English part out and retained his pure Vietnamese voice. Just recently uploaded Master's lecture in his original voice in Vietnamese on our Vietnamese YouTube channel. We uploaded the Vajra Sutra, the Heart Sutra, and the Astor Sutra. Some of you are Vietnamese American. You can relate this to your relatives and those who speak Vietnamese so they can benefit from Master's lectures. For those of you who don't speak Vietnamese, it is my understanding that Master used to say, it is our own thinking mind which processes information, and the ego has the tendency to want to understand. Therefore, you can listen to Master's lectures in Vietnamese in his original voice alone without the need to understand, so that the seeds of your wisdom can be planted into your consciousness without being filtered by your own ego.
Okay, very good. Oh, you put a lot of efforts into it. What sutras again?
Vajra Sutra, the Heart Sutra, and Earth Store Sutra.
Oh, Vajra is the Heart Sutra and Earth Store Sutra. Do you have it in Vietnamese version of the Amitabha Sutra too? I think so. Huh? That's a lot of work you put into it. That's amazing. Thank you.
Cảm ơn thầy. Thank you, Master. We do have, we're on the way to finish the last part. However, there needs to be some changes because we did not receive much views on it. So I'm going to take it down and re-upload the new one.
Okay, very good. Actually, I don't know, it's such a long time ago, and I was a different person. So, but it's I used to lecture in English and Vietnamese because there's primarily a lot of Vietnamese people. It actually seemed to help a lot of Vietnamese disciples back then. So it is very useful because I'm grateful for your hard work, and actually those lectures actually help quite a few Vietnamese become enlightened. Okay, so they are very useful, and thank you for your hard work, and that's all we do. Make it available, and whoever has conditions with the Dharma can freely benefit from it. Thank you again, and for your hard work, and thank you all for tuning in and participating.